This is something very different that I don't think I've seen anyone do. I've searched for it and I can't find anybody else doing it. So basically what I'm doing is following a Michaela makeup video. And the makeup video I'm going to be following is a two-parter and it's her Thanksgiving look. So I'm going to see how this turns out. I tried to follow Michaela's makeup TikTok video. So let's go.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm thinking full beat today, using only affordable products. No matter what you're doing for Thanksgiving this year, I hope you have a blessed, healthy,
And if you're wondering why I'm looking at that, it's because I've got my laptop on.
happy holiday. We get to spend some time together, so I'm happy. So I'm going to start with the Wet n Wild Primer Serum.
So what I'm going to start off with is, I don't have a primer serum, but I'm going to use something like water jelly. People do use this for skincare, so I'm just going to pop this on.
Super affordable hydrating serum, just to use to prep the skin. My skin's been severely dry with the weather change. Went from like 70 degrees to 20.
It's very hydrating. I love it.
A little extra hydration, I'm using the NYX Plump Right Back Serum.
So for extra hydration, she's using the NYX one. I don't have that. I'm going to use the Jelly Pop. It's called the Dew Promise.
This is just going to give me a little bit of grip as well when it comes to applying the makeup.
So basically, she has just got concealed all over. So she doesn't show this step because she uses the NARS one. It's not really affordable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Collection Lasting Perfection Stretch Concealer. That's eyeshadow primer. This is like a dupe of the NARS one. So let's spot conceal as well. And I have it in the shade 5. She doesn't blend out all these. She just lets them dry.
A little warmth to the skin, the Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector.
She uses Maybelline 4-in-1 in Perfector. So I'm going to use the Collection Finish Filter. This one's really good. So I'm just going to pop like she does. So she puts some here. She puts some on her forehead. That's what we got so far.
I'm going to layer that with the L'Oreal True Match Nude Tinted Serum.
I don't have a tinted serum. What I do have is a tinted moisturizer. I'm going to pop it onto a container.
These are both very thin formulas, so it feels very lightweight on the skin. I don't want my makeup to feel heavy.
And she blends it in with a brush. I'm going to blend it in with my Morphe brush.
That with a brush finished with sponge to really smooth everything out.
And she blends it out just to make sure it's really nice and smooth. I used to do this and I feel like I want to do this again because it is actually going pretty well. What's she doing next?
Milani Liquid Contour is fantastic. I'm actually going to take some on a stippling brush.
Okay, so she puts her some on a stippling brush. I'm going to use the Shady Biz by thingy and I'm going to pop some on a stippling brush, the same as she does. Why does she put this?
And I'm going to apply it like that because that's going to give me the most natural finish. You can really buff the product into the skin to make sure there's no harsh lines and it's a smooth transition with your skin. I don't really contour my nose. I just take what's left over and add it on top.
I see why she puts it on with a stippling brush. Takes what's left over and just goes onto her nose and everything.
Take what's left on the brush, take it down the center of the neck.
Take it down the center.
Like a lot of contour, a lot of bronzer. Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, absolute classic, has never let me down.
Don't have the exact one, but I do have the butter bronzer. So basically, I'm going to use this brush and she pats it on over the top where she bronzed, but she doesn't pat. Okay, let's see how this works. And she just pats it on.
So I'm just going to add a ton of bronzer on my skin. I just flop that shit everywhere, the more the merrier.
Oh my god, she plops it everywhere, the more the merrier, what the hell? But we're sticking with it, we're trusting the process, because this actually could work out really good.
For concealer, I'm doing the NYX Bear With Me concealer. It's a hydrating concealer, which my skin needs right now. Where I want coverage and highlight.
Okay, I'm going to use this one.
Blend with a sponge. I love how bright it makes the under eyes.
Okay, and then she blends with a sponge. So let's blend down here first of all.
I'm setting it with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. Truly unbelievably good. It's been my favorite for many years.
So she sets it with a powder. I'm going to set it with a Huda Beauty powder. She sets it. Okay, so let's set this powder.
Something I like to do, if you have any blemishes that are visibly peeking through still, you can actually bake them with powder. Let that sit for a very short amount of time, and it'll help cover them.
Okay, so she says, any spots that are visibly peeking through, you can actually pop it on your spuddies.
For blush, Wet n Wild.
She's a liquid blush. I'm going to pop this on the back of my hand because it's made by Mitchell. And she uses a brush. Oh, this is going to be fun, isn't it?
Floral, majority I'm using a brush. I don't want to use a lot of blush today, just a little.
Doesn't want to use a lot of brush, just wants to use a little.
You guys going Black Friday shopping? I don't do that. I got way too much fucking social anxiety. You can cash me on Cyber Monday. If you are going Black Friday shopping, what are you planning on getting?
Had to change the brush.
I'm feeling really powdery.
She says feeling very powdery. She's going to set her face. So I'm going to use the Cherie one.
I'm going to take some Milani setting spray and bring that skin back to life.
So let's go for this. Michaela uses a hairdryer. I don't have a hairdryer, so I'm going to have to fan my face.
I do want quite a bit of highlighter.
She's using Wet n Wild. I'm going to use the Made by Mitchell in Champagne Sprays.
You guys know I like a glowy, glowy highlight.
3 dots. 1, 2, 3. Now, how do you blend them in?
And I'll just tap that in with my fingers.
With your finger.
This is Wet n Wild's liquid highlighter. It's absolutely beautiful. For brows, I use Morphe Brow Pencil and NYX Thick It Stick It Brow Gel.
I absolutely like that. We're going to go off camera and do brows as well.
Let's do the lips.
Okay, moves her lips.
This is the ColourPop BFF Lip Liner.
Okay, I'll take this one. This is probably a little bit more lighter. Yeah, I need something more darker. Okay, I'm going to use this from Beauty Bay. It is called Toast. I know this is the closest colour.
And ColourPop Cookie Lipstick.
And I'm going to use it this colour. Oh God, let's see how it goes. I'm going to deepen it up slightly. Here you go. No, I've just used the NYX in Good Times. Okay, Michaela, what's next?
Okay, if you want to see a Thanksgiving eye look, go to part 2.
Okay, she says go to part 2, so I need to go to part 2.
Let's do some Thanksgiving eyeshadow using the Michaela X Glam Light Part 1 palette. It has some beautiful warm-toned browns in it, which when I think of Thanksgiving, I'm thinking, warmth, brown, turkey, gravy, stuffing, mashed potatoes. Louise.
We're going to use the nude Beauty Bay palette with warm tones as well, so that's going to be good. She uses the P. Louise. I don't have any more. Mine ran out. So we're going to use the Revolution. And she pops someone here. Okay, she's already blended it out.
Okay, I'm going to start with shade Hallie, this light brown for a transition. Using a Michaela X Glam Light number 1, I'm going to take that all over the crease, up into the brow. I use the light hand and I very quickly go back and forth.
Very warm tone. Turn it into the crease.
Now we have that nice wash of color. I'm going to take shade How You Doing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful brown. And I'm going to start that in the crease. First, get the shape. So I'm going for a flared out shape. I end it at the end of the brow. Now you can softly buff out the edges.
Right, I'm going to use brown like that. Mix in 2 colours. And she wants it to be winged out. I'm sorry, Michaela, if I'm not doing this justice.
Okay, now I'm going to dip into shade Willow. Ever so slightly deepening the outer V.
Ever so slightly deepening the outer E.
Let's use some beautiful shimmers. I'm going to go in with Cookie. Shade Glow Up on the inner.
So she uses a NYX Glitter Glue. She uses it with her fingers. I think like the fingers is the best. That looks pretty. Now she takes like a goldy coloured colour. Now what next?
Add some liner, lashes.
Liner lashes.
And you're good to go. Happy Thanksgiving.
Right, I'm done. This is the completed look. There's definitely some things I would change about it, but I do actually like it. If you want to do this, you can. Yeah, this is me following Michaela's makeup tutorial on TikTok.